Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. In the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I want to share with you my own story, and this is what I did, and I just want other people to tell me, am I a bad person or am I not a bad person? They say that sometimes when you are desperate, you can end up doing things that you do not even want to do. So I guess that at that time I was really desperate. That is why I ended up doing things that I know I could have never done if I did had the money. So the guy that I can blame, it was this other guy that started staying at our house. This guy was from Zim. It was my mother's tenant. And when he started staying at our place, I was not there. I was staying with my auntie at her house. Then my mother told me that there were some things that she wanted me to help her with. That was when I returned back to the place where my mom is staying. And then that was when I found this guy. When I say that I found this guy staying at my mother's house, it's not like there was something that I thought was going to happen between me and this guy, because as for this guy, I had no feelings for him, and in my world he had no place and he did not even exist at all. But there was something about this guy. He came to me and he told me that he was in love with me. I even laughed and I said, this guy is a real joker, because as for the guys that I was dating, some of them I ended up breaking up with them, and they understood because I had found this other man that I was dating who had money. But the only challenge that I was facing was that even though I was dating this man, but they did not want to give me money. It was all about sleeping with each other. Then this guy, when he came along, he spoiled me too much. He told me that he was willing to give me his full month's salary, and later on that was when he changed and he told me that he only gets paid each and every fortnight. So if it was okay, then he was going to give me all of the money that his boss was going to give him for that fortnight. I waited, Brother Nashi, for 2 weeks until the day when he came and he told me that he had gotten his money, and I said, show me the money. He showed me the money and I was like, give me the money right now. And he was like, I don't trust you, Wena. If I give you my money, what if you end up going to drink some beer with your friends and you refuse to give it to me? I was like, I'm never going to do such a thing. But he said that, no, when you are ready, you will come to my room. You know which room I stay. And then I said, okay, that's fine. And I tried my other boyfriend if he was going to give me some money on that night, but he said that he did not have any money. I just told him that I wanted some airtime. I just wanted to check if he had some money, and he said that I don't even have airtime myself, so I don't know where I am going to get this money. So then that was when I said, okay, let me just go and be with this guy. He had already showed me the envelope that had money, so that was good enough for me. I was already planning to go and buy some tegies the next day that I had seen at the mall. So I went and I was with him throughout the night. So the guy then told me that since he got his money twice a month, the first fortnight he was going to use that money to just sort out some things, to buy food and also to pay rent. And then the second fortnight, it was going to be my fortnight. I was like, wow. So it means that this guy will be working for me. He was working in the construction industry, knowing that it is quite hard labor, because I had this other brother of mine who used to work in the construction. So I knew that this guy will be working too hard, and him working too hard for me, like I felt like a princess. I felt like this guy was just there to spoil me. So me and this guy, that was when we started sleeping with each other. We were not in a relationship. I was too embarrassed to be seen with him. If it happened that I wanted to go with him somewhere else, we would only go with each other late at night when people were indoors. That was when I'll say, can you please go with me to the spaza? I want to go and buy quarter. And when we get there, then I will say, I have forgotten my money back home, babe. Can you please give me some money? Then I'll give you today and you will buy me something. So this guy, the way that he was treating me, and he even said that with the way that I was beautiful, he was paying me for being with him. So after this guy was deported and returned back to his country, I was left dry. The guys that I was dating, they claimed that I wanted money too much, but I knew that for you to please a man, the man is supposed to please you. Is it not what is supposed to happen? So then that was when I started dating Nigerians. I started dating Nigerians because of my friend. One day we were sitting and I was going on and on and on about this boyfriend that I was dating. The guy does not want to give me money. He claims that he is always broke, and I know that he has money, and the reason as to why he does not want to give me money, it is because he was busy saving some money so that he can buy a small truck. He was saying that he wants to do some truck hiring business where he would go and be at the hardware, and when people come to buy some stuff at the hardware, then he would be making money. He was like, I don't want to work for someone for the rest of my life. So this guy, when he told me that he was saving some money, so I was like, this guy, he wants to save money whilst he's chowing my cooking each and every day, and he don't want to give me anything. So I was complaining until my best friend was so angry with me because her boyfriend was there, and she was scared that her boyfriend would think that she also thinks the same. That was when she just said, how about you just date Nigerians for once if you want money? And I was like, oh, I never thought about that. If I date a Nigerian, then that guy will give me money. I really do not care if this Nigerian is a drug dealer. To hell with that. All that I want is money. So I had that idea, but I did not know where to start, because even though I enjoyed going to grooves, but I had never been at a groove where there were Nigerians. I used to do it local only. I never wanted to venture into other clubs in town. So then I became friends with this other girl. This girl, I knew her quite well. She was someone that used to deal with Nigerians. There was even one time when we had rumors that there were drugs that were being kept at her mother's house, but without her mother's knowledge. I went to her and I was like, you know what, I want to go with you the next time when you go out clubbing, because I want to fish myself for a Nigerian. She laughed and she was like, oh, so you think Nigerians are that easy? They're just going to give you money? I was like, so how is it that most of the girls that I know that are dating Nigerians, they always have cool stuff, iPhones, always getting paid? And she was like, you need to hustle. And when you see those girls having money, it's not like they are dating only one Nigerian. They are on the market. Like, they will be sleeping with too many Nigerians. One Nigerian is not going to be enough. So I was like, okay, I don't care. Even if I sleep with 100 Nigerians, I really do not care. And that girl was like, you really do not know Nigerians' name. These guys, they are going to finish you off. I did not even know what she meant by these Nigerians were going to finish me off. Then that was when we went to this other club. We went to that club, and then she told me that there was this other Nigerian guy. He was a barber. And I was like, a barber? What am I going to do with a guy that works in a saloon? And she told me that the saloon was just a friend. This Nigerian was quite wealthy and he was into drug dealing. So his customers will just come to his hair salon and then they would give the people the drugs. Then that was when that Nigerian came to the table where we were seated, and the Nigerian told me that he wanted to be with me that night. I said, okay, that is cool. And we started drinking alcohol together. Me and that Nigerian, we then went to his salon because the guy was married. My friend had already told me that he is going to sleep with you in the saloon because he is married, and the wife, she is a crazy woman and she does not tolerate him cheating. And then that was when we went to the saloon. The guy then promised me that he was going to give me 2K for the rest of the night. We slept with each other, and he told me that unfortunately he did not find me pleasing. I had too much water in my cookie. That was really hurtful, what he told me. Then that was when we broke up. From there on, I started dating other Nigerians until I came across this guy who really messed up my life, and I need help. Even though I don't have things that are scary that I do see in my life, no, but the guy made me to do things that if I had money, I was never going to agree to do that. I met this guy. We were at a party. When we met, that was when the guy told me that he was in love with me and he wanted to be with me. I was like, okay, I am fine with that, but I do have a boyfriend. So all the Nigerians that I was dating, I had been told by my friend that when you start to date a Nigerian guy, tell him that you have another South African guy that you are dating. He is your baby daddy, but he does not give you money. That is the reason as to why you are cheating. Act as if you are innocent. And if he tells you that he wants you to marry him so that he can get an ID, just agree, even though you know that you are lying. And if you promise him citizenship, he is going to be so happy. He can give you a lot of money. So that is what I did with this guy, but he was already a citizen in our country. The guy then told me that he wanted me, and I said that, yes, daddy, I want you to. He started spoiling me. I had never used an iPhone before, and he was the first one to buy an iPhone for me. Then he took me to his place. This was after so many months that we had been dating. He told me that things were not going so well in his business, and he just wanted me to be with him so that I can console him. I said that I can do, even if things are not going so well in your business, but you need to know that you have a beautiful woman like me. Even if you want, I can come and I can help you in your business. And he said that the night when we were going to spend the night at his place, I was going to help him so that he can make money in his business. So he took me and we went to the place where he was staying. It was quite a beautiful house. When it was in the evening, that was when he took me upstairs. I had never been in his bedroom before. It was really beautiful. We started touching each other and we started making love. Just when I was starting to enjoy the love making, that was when he said, honey, and I said, yes, daddy. And he said, do you love me? And I said, yes, I love you, daddy. And he said, are you willing to assist me? I really do not know what I am going to do if you refuse my offer. I said, any offer is okay. You know, I am your girl. I can do anything for you. That was when he told me that he was willing to give me 800 rands that night. And I said, okay, that is fine. I really want some money. And I knew that back home, there was no electricity. When I had left, I knew that when I would return back home, there was no electricity. And my mother, she had visited back in KZN. And I knew that when my mom has visited, if you call her, if you tell her that we don't have electricity, she will scream at you and she'll be like, you are a grown-up woman when you were sleeping with that man of yours. Because my mom, she hated my baby daddy quite a lot. So each and every time when I would say we don't have this and that in the house, she'll be like, go and tell your baby daddy. I used to tell you, you need to focus on your school. You were busy opening up your legs for that man. Now go to him and tell him that you need some money so that you can buy some electricity and you can cook for his child. So I did not even want to bother calling my mom, knowing that she was going to stress me. So 800 rand was quite a lot. I knew that I was going to buy some electricity and buy some food even. And then that was when he told me that in order for him to give me that money, what he wanted from me was that he wanted me to sleep with a snake. I laughed and I said, you are joking, a snake? Do you think that it is even possible for a woman to sleep with a snake? And then he told me that indeed it was possible for a woman to sleep with a snake. And I said, even if it is possible, but I don't want to sleep with a snake. I am scared of snakes, by the way. And then that was when he said, okay, that is fine. If you do not want to sleep with a snake, let us go out and we can go and find something which is going to assist me. So when he said that let us go out, he did not tell me that he wanted to go and get a prostitute. I thought that he was going to buy me some nice food. We then got into the vehicle and we drove downtown, and I said, what are we doing downtown? And he told me that we were looking for a woman who was willing to sleep with that snake of his. I thought that the guy was joking, but Nigerians, they never joke. We then went into this other street where prostitutes sell their bodies. When we were in the street, that was when he called this other woman, and that woman, to my surprise, agreed. She only said that she wanted a top up, maybe 1.6 was okay. And then the Nigerian said, get into the car. And then that was when I looked at that woman and I said, if you dare get into this car, you are going to see hell on earth. And that woman said, no, I do not want to fight with this crazy wife of yours. He tried to explain to that prostitute that I was not his wife. And I said that I do not want to see your sorry self in this car. And then that was when I told him that I was willing to sleep with this snake. We returned back to his house. He then put me to bed, and then he took the snake and he placed the snake on my thighs, and this snake started to suck my private part. It went all over my body and it started sleeping with me, and that is what happened on that night. So when he did this to me, he told me that it was some sort of a ritual that he has to do now and then in order for him to keep on making money in his business. So I just wanted to know, the things that I did on that night, does it make me a bad person? And if I die like now, will I go to hell because of the things that I did? I was just desperate. I just wanted some money, and I ended up sleeping with my Nigerian's snake. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. She is asking the things that she did, sleeping with a snake. If she died today, will she go to hell?